Xavier Crowell set to make his commitment announcement in the next couple of weeks, but I just figured let's watch him first, kind of build the hype up, and then we can talk about where he ends up. But he actually reclassed into the class of 26, so this is essentially his junior year film, but in real life it was actually his sophomore year. I don't know if that's false advertising on this video calling it the junior year highlight film, but I think like in my head it's not his sophomore year film if next year is going to be his senior year. Like next year is definitely his senior year film, I think. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But 5'11", 203, Jackson, Alabama, same school as Landon Duckworth. So we'll get to see some Landon Duckworth, some more if anybody's interested in the quarterback for Jackson. Hell of a player, but this kid's supposed to be pretty good also. In the meantime, you guys let me know if there's anybody else in this class you want me to watch. I'm about to have a lot more free time opening up. Everyone won't necessarily get a highlight tape video, but certainly in the comments love discussing, any kind of ranked player. So I got to tell you, for a sophomore year highlight tape, this kid was 15 in this season. I think he has some of the best vision in this class that I've seen so far. I'd have to look through the actual list and tell you how he stacks up to everybody, but kind of the recurring theme we've seen in this class, at least so far. I'm only 10 players deep, don't get me wrong, but a lot of these highly ranked prospects are just great athletes, but they don't really show an understanding of vision, of tackling angles, patience. I feel like this kid's mental aspects of the game are a lot more advanced than a lot of kids that I've watched so far. And yeah, I think this is great. This points it out pretty well here, this specific play. And the crazy part is, like I said, this kid reclassed. This was a sophomore year highlight tape. So him being that young and kind of showing an understanding of patience. I just feel like this class is a whole lot of track athletes we've watched so far. While this kid won't have the top end, he doesn't run a 10.61 like the Carson Baker kid, Jay Lamar, Colquitt County kid. Not quite as fast, but I certainly think this kid's is pretty far along as a running back, and he's a pretty damn good athlete to boot. And I like his frame a whole lot. 5'11", 206. I think is what it was. Stout. Natural low center of gravity. This is one we haven't seen a whole lot, and I like this play a whole lot. This is that contact balance stuff here, just running through arm tackles. You really have to see this show up in high school, because if it doesn't, you know that crap's not happening at the next level. I gotta tell you, Jackson's gonna be a whole lot of fun to watch this upcoming year. I'm not really too well versed on Alabama football, but got a hell of a quarterback and a hell of a running back. Give me my final thoughts here. 5'11", 203. I think this kid Crowell's got, like I said, maybe not the highest athletic profile that we'll see in this class. There's certainly a lot of great athletes in this class that play running back, but in terms of running backs that play running back, I feel like this kid's the furthest along with, in terms of his vision, his patience, just kind of the understanding of the nuances of running back. Of course, they could get better. I mean, you can say that about every high school kid, especially only his sophomore year in high school. It's pretty exciting to think that even get to a higher level, but good contact balance, and I thought he was pretty explosive as well. So big fan of this kid. Not sure how I'm going to rank him against the other kids in this class, but I'm sure it'll be pretty high. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.